Da-dun, dun, da-dun. Da-dun, dun, da-dun. Da-dun, dun, da-dun. Da-dun, dun, da-dun.
You may have noticed Cappy. You're in another place. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Cappy, it's echoey. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And the tremendous amount of bullshit I've had to go. It's not an act, guys. This isn't an act. The angry Gen Xer boomer, like, do you think the normal human body or the normal human brain, even if you were in excellent shape, has the energy to be this pissed off? It's not a joke. It's not a fucking joke. It's 100% real. And it's why I hate people. It's why I'm a misanthrope. It's why I call everyone a motherfucker. It's not a joke. The only reason there isn't just 1,000 fucking dead bodies in front of me is because I'd end up in a cage for the rest of my life. I mean, it was some Westerner, Wild Bill Hickok, I don't know. A man could kill all day and still be nowhere near close to work is done or something like that. There are so many fucking stupid people. Look at this. I can't even get. I got always got to adjust all this fucking setup, all quadrupling, wasting my fucking time setting shit up. Just, oh my God. So many people need to not die, just go fuck off somewhere else. Just go to a fucking continent and just go away from me. If there was a way, like a Cappy app, oh my God, a Cappy app, where here's this guy called Cappy, and not out of fear that he's going to murder everybody, but just like, well, let's just say for once, society says, let's make Cappy happy. How do we do that? We get the fuck out of his way. There's like a 50-mile radius. We could put it on my phone, and then everybody would notify, hey, don't get in the 50-mile radius of Cappy. Going over to fucking Asia. Don't get my fucking hotels. My fucking credit cards don't fucking work. I got the fucking Spurs and Tugs. Fucking living at home in their mom's goddamn basement. Monday morning fucking quarterbacking me because my fucking credit card companies don't fuck with you. You know. Go jerk off some more to some fat chick porn. And then I get back. And I can't say why or what, but I am balancing my libertarian or just maybe apolitical ethics and credentials, or not credentials, principles, where it's like, this is not my house. I don't, and there's somebody at the fucking Southern Command, which I don't control. That's just like, oh my fucking God, really? I can't say I'm coming back home. It ain't my home. I'm coming back to this shit. Just like an incredible amount of bad timing and bad luck. You guys ever get that? You get a spate of bad luck. Like you got a whole fucking month of bad luck. I'm not talking you were like things you were born into. Okay, you were born into a single mom home. You were born into poverty. I'm not talking things that just kind of came with the bag. These are the cards you dealt. Just some bad fucking luck. And the other thing, let's also be, and here's why I got to be thankful. I am tremendously lucky to have this opportunity where I get to do this dumb shit, as I've said before. But I was explaining this to my buddy last night. I say, you know like the SR-71 Blackbird? He's like, yeah. I said, it's like this. It's like the precision, the details that went into the SR-71 Blackbird were so precise, so refined. You could not, there was no room for error. And you say, geez, why do you have to be so anal retentive about the alloys that go into it, about the fuel that goes into it, about the precision? I don't know, all the, take a regular old airplane and think of your tolerance and variables that you could error by. And a regular old Cessna could still get up in the air do what it does, and fly it at whatever 200 miles an hour. Okay, so you're not talking, it's got to be titanium alloy. We got to have these engines just down to like 8 decimal points of the spec. You just, it's good enough. It'll fly. Yeah, you'll be safe. You'll be safe. And I was trying to explain to him that it's like the system I got here. Not me. I'm the schmuck that happened to just fit in. Right? I just happen to be the pilot. The racing car is so precise, so finely engineered, as a SR-71 Blackbird is, that it can achieve exponentially more than just the Cessna up in the sky, right? So if you're like 0.2% more precise, more better fuel, slightly stronger alloy, you can achieve 8 full percent more, like the exponential gain. And it's just especially coming from fucking poverty, especially fucking claw my way out. It's not that it was within my grasp. It wasn't like it was with, I've had it. I've had bouts of months where there's uninterrupted bullshit. I'm allowed to do what I fucking am allowed to do. I get the internet works. There's no fuckery. There's just zero fuckery. And we get perfect conditions. And if the things fucking go right, I can make amazing progress. A great doctor. No one's going to know where that one's from either. But it's the same argument. Philip Seymour Hoffman, his speech that he gives in Patch Adams, which is a horrible fucking movie. But Philip Seymour Hoffman, rest his soul, died of heroin overdose. A brilliant actor. He's like, I have the potential to become a great doctor. And the fucker ain't being arrogant or cocky about it. He's just like, I have this potential, and you're in the fucking way with your goofball antics, which was Robin Williams' character that he plays based on reality. Anyway, you can go watch the shitty movie if you got 2 hours that you don't care about. And just, my God, I've had it. It's right there. And I got fuckery. I got motherfucking fuckery. And if I'm allowed, as you guys know, to have uninterrupted internet, not echoey, it's echo. I just got to deal with what I got to deal with. But if it's unconscious, like you, me, most of us don't really care. Like as long as the audio quality is good enough, yeah. But actually, some people do care, and they actually care unconsciously, where. And you don't notice it. Even you and I think at an unconscious level, like, man, that's kind of crap audio. And you don't articulate that, but it makes you a little bit less like, You know, the thumbnails, you wouldn't think thumbnails. Let me tell you about thumbnails. Thumbnails, fuck, it's the cover of the book, man. What's in the book is what matters. Yes, but you know what happened when I started like increasing my thumbnail gain? I almost doubled my audience. Or traffic, I should say. I don't know what my permanent audience. I've increased my permanent audience, but I've doubled the traffic. Not doubling it now. Why? Shitty fucking audio. I can't, shitty fucking internet. I can't do as many videos or responses I like because there's a turd in the punch bowl. Yes, there is. There's a turd in the punch bowl. I'm like, can I do my work now? Everybody shut the fuck up and get the fuck. Mads Mikkelsen, you know the actor? He was the bad guy in the first Daniel Craig James Bond. And just there's days where they're playing there's days I've had where the scene where he's trying to play poker and everyone's ordering the drink, and if there's anything else, and then Daniel Craig, James Bond says, I could use a drink because this is a very tense situation. And then everybody else starts ordering a drink, and Mads Mikkelsen just wants to play poker because he's got to play the poker and win the game because of the bad guys. And he's like, are we done now? Are we fucking done? Can we play poker now? And it's like that. Like, okay, here's the other thing. I'm not wrong. I'm not fucking wrong. I did that shit early on in my life where it was like, what did I do wrong? Is there something wrong with me? No, you're all fucking assholes and need to fucking die or get in a 50-mile radius outside of me. I'm not fucking wrong. Shit should not be happening. I should have my hotel reservations. Cappy, the first world. Shut the fuck up. Go live in poverty, you piece of cocksucking shit. And I'm looking around like, holy shit. The amount this country, any group, any people could achieve if the fuckwits would just get the fuck out of the way and shit work like it should. If we could get things fine-tuned, like, okay, I take my credit card. It's a minor thing, but hear me out. I take my credit card. I put it in the little slotty slot. See, cashier, I want to take a baseball bat and beat the fucking shit out of that gas pump. And then maybe whatever, Sinclair, Terribles, whatever gas station is, hey, this thing's been beat to hell. Maybe we ought to have it work the way it should. Do you know what we could achieve with a frictionless economy, with a mistakeless economy, without grains of sand being put in the fucking engine all the time? Just this 5% extra I need. No fucking joke. Like good internet, good audio, no fucking interruptions, no stupid fucking questions. I could double my fucking traffic. I could, well, a lot of it doubling the amount of content too. It's just simple pure volume. Oh my God. And oh my God, let me tell you boys something. Wherever you are, a fucking bird just flew into the window. What the fuck? Have your own fucking room. Have your own fucking office. I don't care if it's a study, a den, whatever you call it. And anybody who walks into that room, you shoot them. And you just leave the carcass outside, let it die and decompose. And people are like, oh shit, maybe we ought to not go into that room. And then, oh my God, watch GDP quadruple in a year. So we are now at a third locale in, I think, as many weeks. The world is going on. There's a world going on. Might as well get the main topic out of the way. So far, the internet looks good. Where'd it go? I had it. Fucking had it. Hey, do you want this thing? That Park Place. I had to go to That Park Place. Never heard of it before because it's the least biased on what's happened. And it turns out that Kotaku, you don't know what Kotaku is, that's fine, you have a job. But you may have heard of Sweet Baby Inc. And this is merely one of many, you can't call them companies, but woke, leftist, anti-white, anti-male, anti-capitalism, anti-America, anti-progress, anti-production, whiny little quants. Little millennial quants. And that's predominantly it. Show me an old boomer who's doing it. Then I'll change it. But these ideologues, these crusaderists, these we're going to save the world types, they form these consulting companies. You can't call them consulting. It's just them and a bunch of their fucking twiddly twat friends who are going to promote, and they're going to save the planet. They're Jessica and Jason's Christs. That's all they are. And then in order to capital, I don't know why real companies, whether it's Disney or video game developers or whatever, they hire these people out to consult them about their video game, not even the video game, not like technical aspects or programming aspects, because these totally twats are too fucking stupid to actually know how to program. They just literally say, we help with your narrative. We're storytellers. We consult. Like, really? You pay these people to help with your story? To make it more diverse? I don't know. Really? We can't just have, he's black and he came from poverty, but he joined the military and he's busting ass. Really, you need, and by the way, all these kids, and that's what these are adult children, none of them worked a real job. These are spoiled little pampered bitches. They set up a company, and somehow, the corporate heads at whatever video game development movie studio hire these people. Well, it's found out that all these video games, a handful of video games that's come out have just been dog shit. AAA, hundreds of millions of dollars dropped on these video games in development, and they just turned out to be dog shit because these people, I could understand hiring these people that have plausible deniability. Hey, we hired Sweet Baby Inc. We're not racist. We didn't, but you don't have to put in and make the changes they recommend. And so you're all wondering why there aren't any hot chicks in video games anymore, why big boobs are bad and they make the women just look fucking atrocious. Here it is. These twiddly twats. I'm not joking. They hate men. They hate you. Are you a peen-eyed person? They hate you. And that's why we can't have fun. That's why you can't Tifa, if you know Final Fantasy lore. She can't have big boobs. Anyway, so then it gets exposed that the common variable among all these games that have just fucking, bought it, just no one likes them. They all were advised by Sweet Baby Inc., which is one of many. It just happens to be the most prominent one. So then they go and they look into Baby Inc. and they find out that, there's some actual bigoted people, whether it's of the racial variety or the sexual variety, it doesn't matter. A lot of the founders and workers, they are bigoted for just to capture it all. We're not going to go into the various flavors of bigotry. And then as this continued to get exposed by the real games journalists who are now on YouTube saying, hey, look at all these ideologues, these hate-filled people. And this is why your games suck. The people in the Sweet Baby Inc., in combination with the old guard of video game journalism on websites like Kotaku, Gizmodo, GameSpot, all these other, they came in and started running cover for these trash companies, these trash people. And it's kind of funny now because they're saying, look, you're not journalists, you're just ideologues. You don't have anywhere near the pull you used to back in the day. These websites are shutting down left and right. We're finally, if you go back a couple of videos, I tell you, it shouldn't have taken us 20 fucking years to figure out these people were pieces of shit. You shouldn't have been listening to the media the entire time. And one of the more prominent video game websites is called Kotaku. And there was a gal who, I don't know, senior editor, a truly worthless person, who had it in her bio, like, if you're white, you can't be discriminated against. She's one of these self-loathing white people. And it's sad because if you look at her, like if you look up Alyssa Mercantes, if you look at her in the olden days, where she's up on the thumbnail, she's got a zany tattoo. She's just so edgy, so fucking common and worthless. Truly a worthless human being. Just, God, why are you here? So it's kind of sad because if you look at the older picture, she's just an atrociously ugly woman. Then she started running and she's looking hot. I'm like, dang. My type too, physically speaking, obviously not brain-wise. And so I don't even know if she's working at Kotaku, but she was running, trying to go and find out information on this website that was starting to compile a list of video games that Sweet Baby worked on. Just in cahoots with what I call, it's hate journalism. That's all it is. It's just a bunch of leftists who hate productive people. That's the simplest it ever is. That's it. And here's a company that makes money off of hate of productive people. And they're going to go run cover. But while at the same time, no one's fucking following these people. No one. People are fucking sick and tired of the woke, racist, sexist, and above all else, low quality bullshit. Whether it's in video games or books or movies or comics, Superman isn't gay. Oh, just, just the dumbest fucking shit. Wolverine isn't gay. Captain America's white. Shut the fuck up. People just had it. And so now there's nowhere for these people to run. And since there's no money being made, I mean, I don't know how long you can, God, I got crap in my eye. Not how long you can hate. I don't know how long the profit model of hate journalism is going to go. It can't. None of these companies are making money. The people they've hired are fucking psychotic, a lot, not all, but a lot. They're not empirical, they're ideological. And the companies, I know it's a pejorative sounding, but it's not, but these vulture finance firms, whether it's a hedge fund or whatever, capital group, they come in, they find companies that are being mismanaged, but have potential, like the brand name is there. They have potential to make money. So they come in and they buy these things up and they try and make money off of it. And they're realizing it's been the past, 2, 3, maybe even 5 years. God damn it. What the hell is in my goddamn eye? Honest to God. Can't see nothing without my glasses. So people with money involved, they're firing these people, laying them off. Because shock, a bunch of really, I'm not slamming on these people. I'm describing them. Worthless, talentless, hate-filled people, surprised they don't offer a lot of value. Okay, are we done on the hate the white male, capitalist, pig, American bandwagon? No, I know we're not, because that's how you make your money, through victimhood. But as like a theme to video games and content creation, are we done with it? We're not. Go look at the Acolyte. The ideologues are still running it. They're unaware. But financially, the people are like, whoa, hold it now. And they've been laying off all these people. They've been laying off all these journalists, if you could call them that. And the flagship one was Kotaku. I think in the video games industry, Kotaku was like the main one, or one of the main ones. And came out today, or yesterday maybe. This is from That Park Place. Kotaku editor-in-chief Jen Glennon. Look her up. Physiognomy. You can be bigoted on that one. Like, look at that. That is not a woman who cares about production or excellence or video games. It's a leftist, woke, ideological piece of shit, trash human being. It's just a worthless human being. Announced she resigned from the website a little over 2 weeks after the outlet's Alyssa Mercanti lied about video game consultant company Sweet Baby Inc. All right, so That Park Place is a little bit more skewed towards what I would say is the truth, because they're saying Alyssa Mercanti lied. All right, that was the other thing. Is any other article about this, you'd had to read through the lines and realize they were just running cover for other friends in the journalism industry. Glennon posted on X some personal news. I've resigned from Kotaku, and Jim Spanfeller is an herb. Oh, the edgy Zoomer zillennial, jargon. Oh, well, is he an herb? Oh, nosies. Jim Spanfeller is the CEO of Geo Media, the company that owns Kotaku. As for Glennon calling him an herb, it's a derogatory term that means worthy of being mocked, weak, chumpish, and generally to be avoided, according to Urban Dictionary. Yeah, but he's employed. Probably because he offers the financiers of the company some value. As for why Glennon resigned, Aftermath, Gitta Jackson, and Riley McLeod claim after viewing her resignation letter it was due to the management team's recent decision to deprioritize news in favor of guides. And if you look at any of the writers for Kotaku, it's not news. Hey, new video game, like news, reporting facts, and not opinion, it wasn't in there. It's all leftist shit. It's all leftist shit. There was no news in favor of guides. Glennon wrote in a resignation letter, after careful consideration, I have concluded that the current management structure and decision-making project and Geo Media are not aligned with my values and goals for Kotaku. It's not your company, you stupid fucking moron. The goal, okay, look, you can have secondary and tertiary goals for a company or a product, but the number one goal, no matter what, means it has to make money. And hatred journalism isn't making money. It might have at one time when everyone was on the bandwagon, chilling off some of Obama's dried cum off their face. Oh my God, the hating of the white people and the cow. Oh my God, down with it. Yeah, they haven't been fucking doing that since the fucking 60s. Right? But you weren't making money. You have to produce something of value. That's it. And I'm not saying these are worthless, talentless people because I hate them. I'm describing them. They offer nothing of value. They're lucky they got the low interest rate environment and the whatever idiot hedge fund managers even financed them and limped them along in the first place. Like, I have a different goal and mission, not yours. What are you, a public school teacher thinking the kids are yours? You're going to turn them all trans because you can brag about it on your social media? These aren't your kids. She added, I firmly believe that the decision to invert Kotaku's editorial strategy to deprioritize news in favor of guys is fundamentally misguided given the current infrastructure of the site. This decision is directly contradicted by months of traffic data and shows an astonishing disregard for the livelihoods of the remaining writers and editors who work there. If it's not making money, you are all going to get fired and laid off anyway. And it's not your. Go start your own. Typical fucking leftist. The capitalist pigs own all the means of productions. Well, go start your own website. How fucking lazy are you? Like, in today's world, you can't just set up a website and start your own fucking shit. It's not like we're asking you to set up an auto manufacturer. You got to go negotiate with the union and buy some property and get some equipment. You can't. It's like, oh my God, they're so fucking lazy. Well, why don't you run your own company? Because you're lazy sacks of shit. Kotaku staff writer Levi Winslow noted that these game guides will be aggregated from other websites. That's how easy you are, guys. I know they're not going to have self-awareness. You are so worthless. The product you make is so bad and so not wanted that aggregating guides from other websites, at least somebody thinks that's more profitable than what you're going to do or what you're doing right now. Cap, are you expecting them to have self-awareness? No, I know what they're leeches, they're parasites, they're motivated by avoiding work. I know that, and they're blinded to any other means by which to get money. Winslow wrote, you know what? Fuck it. Here's a small cup of tea. Management doesn't even care about the quality of the guides. They want us to aggregate the right, but you don't care about the quality of your writing. It would be one thing if it's just a bunch of idiots who are in the theater, the high school theater club. All right. If they're the theater kids, it'd be one thing. These people were at one time, these type of people you took their word for gold. You took the word for the word of God. Came on a website that had, I know Sports Illustrated. I recognize GQ. I recognize Time Magazine. Adult children. Now, these might be some younger people, but it's always been adult children. It's always been a bunch of baby parasitic leftists. Like a literal content mill that they're destroying people's livelihoods gags me. They're not destroying people's livelihoods. Oh my God, none of these people ever got laid off or had to find a job. The writer added, last thing I'll say is this. Someone at the top told us to just get guides done because the AV Club watches full seasons of a show and still produces their stories. That alone is proof that they don't understand what we do. No, I think they understand what you do, but what you do is no longer profitable. It's no longer needed. The resignation comes a little over 2 weeks after Kotaku's Alyssa Mercanti ran a PR puff piece in order to defend Sweet Baby Inc., their woke agenda, and the cancellation campaign against Brazilian gamer Cabrutus Rambo and his Steam curator list. There's a lot more to this. If you want, you could go in and do that. The list tracks all games that Sweet Baby Inc. has been involved in and firmly states that it does not recommend them. It essentially acts as a boycott list for gamers who are interested in the woke agenda being pushed into video games. Here's another thing, what the ultimate contradiction. I've never heard this in any of the analysis or the discussion. What's fascinating is you would just look at these leftist pieces of shit, and they know their product is trash. They know they're parasitic at the core. Because if let's say it wouldn't be this way, but let's say the Steam community, which is an online video game download thing, they said, "Oh God, we really like Cappy's books," and they put a list of all my books on a discussion board. I'd be like, "Hell yeah, hell yeah! Tell people about my books. Yeah, make a list of my book. You got, and by the way, if you want to make a list of my books and publish it on the internet, hey, here's where Cappy's books are. And you want to talk about my books and get more people to know about my book, yeah, go do it." This is why I don't care if people make shorts of my videos, because it's like, oh yeah, you get it only benefits me and it benefits them. Like, okay, yeah, it's mutually beneficial. These people know their product is shit, and they're trying to prevent. Like, if you want to sell your services, if you're proud of your product, you say, "You're damn right we consulted on those video games," but they don't. They're trying to get the list taken down. They're parasites and they know it. And I know a lot of you are like conspiracy theory, like, oh, but Kathleen Kennedy. Oh, okay, you could convince me Kathleen Kennedy just fucking hates the world or something and wants to destroy or lose literally billions of dollars for Disney. You might be able to convince me of that, but I don't know how video game developers, to this day, we're 10 years into this woke bullshit. Do you really think this helps sell your product? Sweet Baby Inc. CEO Kim Belair, you can look her up if you want to see the fine things she said, confirmed that was her company's goal in the 2019 Game Developers Conference presentation. She said, "None of what we're doing is about ticking boxes or about a veneer of wokeness. We actually have to care about making this stuff." Mercante reacted to Glennon's resignation, writing on X, "An absolute legend who refused to compromise her integrity on that site." A legend. Well, let me look up Jen, come on. Jen Glennon. I'm going to look her up. Is this the... Okay, let's look up Jen Glennon. I'm going to look her up. Is she a legend? Is she a legend? And listen, by the way, here's another Operation Fortune. Oh, it's a great movie. Great flick. Guy Ritchie. Great flick. Great director. Operation Fortune. Got Jason Statham. How do you fail that? Hugh Grant. How do you fail that? They have a great actress. She's a good actress, and she's beautiful. I forget her name though. And then the guy from The Princess Bride, he's in it too. And then there's just this random black guy that they didn't give enough. I'm like, well, isn't he the muscle? But it's a different man. Anyway, so Hugh Grant, he's kind of the bad guy, not really. And they use the female as a honeypot to seduce him and trick him. And he finds out that she's, I think, with the CIA or something like that. And I think him and the good guys have to team up to get the real bad guys. And he's finding out, he's sitting there with the good guys after he found out that they were lying to him and betraying, trying to use her as a honeypot. And he says, "I don't like what you did, fake Michaela." But then he looks at her, "But I still like you." It's like the same thing with Alyssa Mercandes. It's like, "I know you're a leftist piece of shit, but I see what you're doing there." I'm like, "That's hot." She probably all pissed off because I objectified her. Second, she doesn't even watch it. I don't think let's look up on the Twittergrams. This legend, Jen. Holy shit, who's this girl with the tits? Bad Billy Brat. Who's that? I'm not much for a black women, but this is, I'm for diversity in this one. Okay, Jen. What the fuck was her name? Hang on. Oh, God, I lost the thing. Jen Glennon? Is it Jen Glennon? Hang on. Come on, just bear with me, guys. Jen Glennon. I'm probably blocked by her. Jen Glennon. Okay, here, Kotaku. Oh, the legend. Jeez, you can't make this up. They're not humans. Look at this. Look at her. Look at her. How the fuck? How do you think this person's going to write? Fucking worthless. 2,400 Twitter followers. Legend. Oh my God. It makes me ashamed of even talking about this. You're a fucking nobody. That's the whole thing with the I guess that's the point. Kotaku is no one. Now they've a bunch of people resigned, and they're down to 7 people. 7 people. I guess Deadspin, which was another brand owned by Geo Media, they sold it. I forget which article this was in. It wasn't the one I was on. So they sold Deadspin to a European investor. And that's about 2-3 weeks ago. And Deadspin was a sports analysis website. They did woke, communist, anti-white, anti-capitalism, anti-P9 people, anti-straight, just the cool, edgy thing hipsters do. They did the thing. They got bought out, and now Deadspin is a gambling site for sports betting. That's profitable. I don't know if it's profitable, but it seems to have more of a potential. And these goody two-shoe people who think like they own the fucking industry, like they're entitled to fucking assets. Oh, look at that. They're into gambling. Like, yeah? Oh my God. Sit down, everybody. Sit down. Hear me out. What do you think would sell more? Tits, hot chicks, ass, gambling, booze, guns, cars, fast planes, or woke leftist feminist fucking bullshit? Which do you think would? And sit down. By the way, all white women, just pointing that out so far. I haven't seen. And let me ask the minority brothers and sisters in the audio, even the sisters too, but I'm going to just skew with the men here of the not white variety. Tell me if I'm wrong. Do you guys want to hear about how much white people suck? Or the patriarchy? Or would you rather hear about cars and guns and booze and gambling and tits and ass? I don't know where you're going to fall because, man, just also the condescension to think that all minority or not, where all women are all about hating the other team. You'd be like being a Green Bay Packers fan and not acknowledging things like Vince Lombardi or the history of the Green Bay Packers. That's a small town team, or they actually have a really good record for a very small town team, or the games that they've played below zero outdoors. No, it's just their hatred of the Chicago Bears. Fucking hell. I don't think these people are aware because they're so blinded as to how much their true nature is being exposed. I don't think they even know just what worthless, despicable people they honestly, they're so dumb. And it's not because they're intelligent or misinformed. They're so dumb. And they've also been so skewed and never told no. This is the participation trophy, by the way, generation, by the way. They have no self-awareness. None. And their whole world is falling apart around them. And I know you don't like what they write. I know they're just absolutely worthless people. But could you imagine being these? This Alyssa Mercanti's gal. Now, I'm not kidding. Let me see if I can't find. Watch her if she ever pops up in media again. Alyssa Mercantis. Mercantis. Alyssa Mercantis. I'm blocked by her, by the way. Let me get an image. So she's getting in shape. And she's unfortunately marred with way too many tattoos. I mean, it's, God darn it. Talk about putting a bumper sticker on a Ferrari. Yeah, this is she's drastically improved to the point that, assuming these are the more recent pictures, this would be the type of girl that would have gotten Cappy in trouble in his 20s. This would have been the one that Cappy would have been like, "How you doing? Yeah, let's go out, and then you can destroy my heart later." A gal this good looking, if this is a modern picture of her, she's going to be treated differently by society now, particularly men. And she also might find out that out of all of them, she's the one who's like, she ran a marathon. Okay, that's hard work. You start doing hard work and start seeing success in other areas you weren't expecting or favorable treatment. I'm wondering 5-10 years from now, not that she's going to become some Bible toting, tradcon wife. She may come around like, I don't hate men as much. Fake Michaela. You got that there. All right, let's go to the super chats. Oh God, Christ, 13. Yeah, 98% of them are Dre. Non-stop Dre. $2. Cappy likes his food, likes his violence. Fucking hell, Dre. You got a joke book by you? Dre, let us know when you're stateside again. We got to take you out for dinner, man. Dre, $2. You would love South Korea except during winter. Yeah, that was the reason it wasn't originally on the list. I do know, not because of any research I did, but my great uncle was there and it was fucking cold as tits, they were saying. It was not fun to fight in Korea during winter for either side. Nonstop Dre, $5. What does Cappy misses about church more, being on his knees or spending quality time with the priest? I was Lutheran, not Catholic. Trick question. Obviously, both at the same time. Sig226, $2. Dark humor is like sex. Not everyone gets it. Correct. What was it? Dark humor is like food. Not everyone gets it, and it's Stalin. Nonstop trade, $2. Everyone in a 10-mile radius of Cappy, hide your dogs. No, I am pro dog. I will take dog. Look, like anyone else, I'll take dogs any day over a fucking human. Any day over a fucking human. The dog of no real value calmed me down. This is a problem when I don't drink. Just I was in a town, I'm over in Oregon, and I ended up going to a town called Independence. And I just sat, it's a beautiful little town, beautiful bit of Americana. Some of you leftists go fuck it up now, okay? Go do your graffiti and go, with your purple hair, whatever the fuck. There's some people over there who's enjoying their town, but you better put an end to that. But it's just got like bars and restaurants, nothing fancy. It's a little river town. It's not that big, but I went to like 2 coffee cafes and just sat and chilled the fuck out. I'm like, it's kind of like, what was the guy's name? Not Rivers. Band of Brothers, Winters, where he actually gets a little reprieve and he goes to France and he just sits in the hot tub or the bathtub. And he's relaxing, but then he realizes like he needs to go back to his guys and needs to go back to his men. I just like, wow, what a town to get drunk in. There's an Elks Lodge. There's a bunch of other bars. I'm sure there's like one of those. It's one of them late 1800s buildings where there's the regular old mercantile stores down below, but then above there's probably some lodging. I'm like, man, I could just rent that room for a month and just get drunk every night here. There's a cinema in town, and then if you go outside the outskirts of town, there's the more modern, like there's the gym, and then there's the grocery store and the Mexican restaurant. fuck Portland, obviously. Don't go to Portland. And I like the 101. I like, Astoria, sure, Cannon Beach. All right, there's a bunch of little hamlets along the way. You want a small little place to get the fuck away from? Go to Independence, Oregon. I like it. I'm going to go back there and get coffee again. I sat at this prissy little, it's total, I was the only guy there. It was all women. But I walked in, there's like this little pastry cupcake espresso thing. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go sit in. And I had a little cup, a little plate. And I was like, I just sat, and the flowers, not the flowers, the trees are blooming. And it's like, oh, chill the fuck out, Claire. And like, yeah, it'd be great. Like almost 3 inches would be a lot. 2.5 inches of rumplements. That would have made it so fucking perfect. Just sit there and sip and just relax and have myself a sugar-loaded pastry and just look at the kind of pasty Oregonian white people walk by. I even know, like, geez, I must look Italian to these people. Holy shit. Get some of that Vegas sun. And just sit there. And there's like this little ice cream and espresso place. Oh, fuck. And there was the Elks Lodge across the street. I'm like, I bet they got rumplements in there. I bet they got I bet you I won't be so angry. Look, if I could drink again, the radius would shrink from 50 miles to like 10. All right, an 80% decrease. God, don't go so. Like, if you can't tolerate people, if you're a misanthrope, don't go sober. You have no idea how much that's guarding you from oh living $5. Did you see where Michael Knowles took a dump on your numbers book in the Pearl debate? Michael Knowles didn't take a dump, and I'm being perfectly direct and straight. He cowardly criticized grammar, and then dismissed the whole book, which is hypocritical and cowardly. That's what it is. I don't care. As I said before, whether it's not the Rule Zero gang, him and the Matt Walshes and the conservatives, the traditional, that's fine. They don't have to. They don't have to agree with me. They could dismiss my numbers and statistics all they want for whatever reason. In the end, and ultimately, this is all that matters. This is why, I don't. Fine. Let's see what happens. The real world is going to prove me right, and it's going to prove them wrong. And it's already doing that. The marriage rates are going down. The birth rates are going down. Already, I'm right, they're wrong. Now, if they want to try and keep saying, we got to bring back traditionalism, which not even necessarily disagreeing. But if they don't have the balls to like look at the numbers and kind of say, all right, is this also maybe part of, look, you can argue for traditionalism and all that. You're not wrong, but it ain't going to bring it back. But if we don't get down to brass tacks and say, make women thin again, that's fine. Does Mike have kids? Does he have kids? Okay, cool. Are they going to be around and I'm going to be long dead and they're the ones that's going to suffer because we didn't practically assess the situation and come up with real solutions to a correctly diagnosed problem? That's fine. What a friend we have in Jesus. Make more conservative babies in the burbs. But he was very cowardly and he was a hypocrite. There's that much is true. So I have a feeling he will not be reading the book. He didn't read the book. He didn't look at the numbers. There's even a PowerPoint that you can download for free. You know what I mean? Okay, you don't want to read the editorial. Fine, here's the numbers. Roadhouse, no Wade Garrett, huge L, Sam Elliott. Roadhouse, no Wade Garrett, huge L, Sam Elliott wins. What's Roadhouse? I know the movie was Sam Elliott in Roadhouse? I thought it was not Kevin Spacey. Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze was in. Arthur. 2 British pounds. What is the story of I hope he D's of Seafields? Huh? Guys, look, if you're going to spend the money, spell it out. What is the story of I hope he dies of Seafields? Texas? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Arthur. I got a woman that sent me a request, like an 80,000 page request. And I don't know if she's drunk or high. She's on something. I'm like, dude, that's $100 she paid. I'm like, oh God, now I got to read this. You'll see. Don't worry. We'll see. Unless she paid for an email response. Maybe we won't see. Non-stop trade, $2. How do you like the pictures from my vacation? Chad hasn't sent me those yet. Thailand, right? I haven't gotten any Thailand pictures because Chad, who's in the chat room, hasn't sent them. Why, Dre? Why you got my Instagram? I think. Why don't you just send me your pictures directly? You don't have to send. Like, what is he? Is he censoring them? Like, do you have your dick whipped out? What? Why can't you just send me your pictures? Jeremy Lewis, $5. A real gaming site would include interviews with developers discussing the biggest tech challenges they overcame to create the game. Correct. Or how they developed the character, or how they made it different, or what's new. Call of Duty 3. Oh, now we got Call of Duty 4. Well, what's different in this game? That would be video game journalism. WizDivision Productions, $5. Cappy, why do people only appreciate you when you give them the finger and walk away? Less I try, the more I'm appreciated. Why humans got to be this way? I know part of it. This isn't the whole answer. Part of it is simple economics, the law of supply. If you constantly help people and constantly put yourself out there, whether you're a friend or you're trying to chase a girl, you flood them with attention. You flood them with you. And therefore, there's just too much of you. There is also then something about telling people to fuck off and you're willing to walk away that goes beyond mere the law of supply of economics. And I don't know what it is. I think it's a survivalist human trait where, oh shit, this fucker can make it on his own. Like he doesn't need me, so he's higher value. Or perhaps, what does this guy know that I don't? Why is he walking away from the situation? I've thought about this before. Like I have to think steps ahead. But let's say there's an economic collapse. There's going to be other people around. And because I just know people are so fucking stupid, I have the speech already prepared where I'm like, here's how it's going to work. Me by myself, I have a pretty good chance of survival. Me with you guys, my chances of survival is less because you're slower, dumber, fatter, you're going to make da-da-da-da-da. However, there is strengths in numbers, and I will be here. Oh, the internet's going down now? Hang on. Oh my fucking God, you gotta be kidding me. Make it a 60-mile radius. Come on, what's happening? All right, guess we're back. There is protection and survival and benefit in numbers. There's strength in numbers, but you're all doing what I say without a fucking nanosecond of a question. Blind, immediate compliance and obedience. Because my main goal is to survive and live. If there's a group of people and people are assets, they can help. Even if they're dumb, there's things they can do. But you have to do what I say. And it's not that I want to be the leader. It's that, okay, if they do exactly as I say, we all stand a better shot, myself included, of surviving. But if I got fuckwits, if I got people negotiating, if I got idiots, fuck no, I'm better on my own. And I think those type of people who don't need other people are very resourceful and otherwise, for lack of better words, valuable in an economic but a survivalistic sense, that then all of a sudden people want to be around you. Cats can smell that. Cats are like, why is this guy not paying attention to me? Then they want to be your best buddy. And why do humans got to be this way? It's because we survive this way. I don't know. Maybe there's even pride. Maybe there's a psychological reason. How dare you reject me? I'll show him. I'll go out with him. I don't know. But I would almost peg it that you have self-respect, and I've evaluated this, thought about it a little bit more. Self-respect also comes with having opportunity costs. Like, oh, fuck you, I'm not doing that. I got shit going on. So it's like I would say it's a tell or a mark or an indicator that you got shit going on, resources maybe, but you have something important to do. And so you're a better, higher quality human to be around. Then they want to be around. Whereas you could be that exact same productive person, but like, no, I'll help you build your house. Sure. And they just take advantage of you. It sucks, man. That's the one thing, one of the many things I don't like about humans. Maybe some guys like treating women like shit. I don't. I just like, dude, could we just be forthright and honest with each other? I want to fuck you. I think you're hot. Do you like me? Well, can we dispense with the fucking games then? And you go put on something sexy and make some food and I'll go fucking conquer the world for you? What's with the fucking mind games? They don't respond. You gotta push them away. You gotta not call. I mean, I remember I was even in my 20s, I believe. There was, it tipped off. There was this one gal. I liked her and we were going to go out, and I got called into work security, and I say, hey, I can't make the date tomorrow. It's just one day. But maybe we can reschedule. She was on it. She was like, oh, okay. And she didn't flake at the last minute. And I'm like, most of the girls flake at the last minute. But this one, when I canceled at the last one, not the last minute, because I'm not a fucking dick. Or at least back then I wasn't. I know. And then I started doing that again, where I'd set up a date knowing full well I was going to cancel it. I'd cancel it the day before. Like, oh yeah, I got work. Fucking worked. A way higher percentage of those girls would show up for the rescheduled date than flake. I think you got to do it a day before, because they're already trying to figure out their way to cancel on you. But if you go in there like, hey, yeah, I can't make it. Maybe we could reschedule later. What? Well, I'll show him. I'll actually show up on the date this time. It's fucked up, man. What was it? Commander Jensen, also from the Guns of Navarone. Men could solve their problems without war. It'd be so much easier for the rest of us. We didn't have to do this. I forget the quote. But in the end, he realizes humans war is incredibly inefficient. He says, if we could just settle our problems other ways, it'd be so much better for the rest of us. You're a bit of a philosopher, sir. No, I'm just the man who has to send other men to do this horrible thing. Generation Apollo, $10. Customer, build me a website. Me, okay, what design ideas do you like? Customer, I don't know. Make me one based on my current emotional state. Me, dumps out coffee and refills cup. For the podcast group. Dumps out coffee and refills cup with whiskey. You gotta, God almighty, booze is so important. It's so fucking, I miss it. Oh God, do I miss it. Arthur, 2 British pounds. Do you think the USA can rebuild industry and middle class? Yeah. No, look, I don't want to sound like a kumbaya type of guy here. Any group of humans is capable of pretty much anything. You just have to have the right incentives in the environment. Like even right now, you take the boomers, the degenerate American human beings we have now, from alpha to boomers, okay? Probably the weakest grouping of current alive generation of Americans we have today. Just the lowest, most piss shit quality of Americans that have ever existed in American history exist today. If you take away electricity, food, clothing, and shelter, you get rid of the welfare state, although fine, have the welfare state, but there's nothing to buy with your welfare check. Those hard times will harden people. You're saying, like, do you think coal can be turned into diamonds? Yes. You just need the right pressure and heat to do so. And all this fake bullshit. Oh, I have social anxiety. I have a touch of autism. I'm oppressed. I have PTSD from my ex-boy. All that bullshit will go away. Do you remember? We saw a brief glimmer of it. Do you remember when we thought the disease was going to be a no joke fucking second coming of the bubonic plague? And it like, oh crap, and then I think it was the gay community, or maybe it was I really ought to say the fake gay community, because there's a gay community and they work and they're normal people. Then there's the fake trauma victimhood whiners and complainers who aren't even probably gay. They just want to claim to be gay so they can get free money. And feminists like, oh, but we're disadvantaged, disproportionate. Shut the fuck up. Everyone like, shut the fuck up with that shit. We got a real fucking problem going on. If there is a no joke problem that threatens everyone's lives, and we don't have nuclear power or electricity or the Republicans in middle America, fuck it, we're just growing enough food for ourselves. You can all go fuck yourselves. Oh yeah. There's no cops. Women are going to get a lot more nice and a lot more traditional if there's no cops. Yeah, and then we got to figure out how to, whatever, smelt copper. We got to figure out how to grow our food. Yeah, you're going to see an industrial class bill. You're going to find a middle class again. It might take a year or two. And I was kind of like this. Well, I guess everyone is when they're a younger sophomoric man. It's not that you know everything. You just never had to actually bear the full weight of making a living out of reality. And whatever arrogance and hubris I might have had as a younger man, I'm talking like 16, 17, 18, that was gone like by 18 and a half because I had to work and patrol in fucking shit cold weather, starve, and there was no time for fucking bullshit. There's no time to play video games. People ask like, oh, did you watch Friends? No, I didn't watch Friends. I missed the tail end of Batman and Batman Beyond because I didn't have time to watch it. Did you read? What about the music? I couldn't afford CDs. I did end up going to like Music Around and all that. I could get like a little bit later, but that whole era of the early to mid 90s, I don't know. Did you go to Lollapalooza? No, I wasn't a fucking douchebag. Dude, bro, did you go to Lollapalooza? Kurt Cobain, yeah. Did you like his shitty music? Yeah, I had, but became a real adult. You got a real work ethic after that. And so if you're faced with starvation, guarantee you, if you are faced with real poverty, real starvation, real hunger, your little luxury designer mental illness that you used to be popular in middle school will go away. You thinking, oh, maybe it's a fashion item if I cut off my tits, then I'll be popular. Yeah, that'll go the fuck away. You'll be like, dang, I better work. Nonstop Dre, $2. I come up with these jokes by myself with dark humor. Boy, man, that's good, Dre. That's fucking good. $2. Only tattoos Cappy likes on women are hand marks. Wow. Fucking jeez, Dre. Ray John, our Canadian agent in the field, $2 Canadian bucks. Have you applied to any cop shops lately? No, because I'm dealing with bullshit. Like, I fixed it up. Lightning strike. Oh, I did the thing. Oh, here's another thing that shit the bed. This was supposed to be, even my estate planning, the lawyers are like, well, we don't have specialty in copyright law, so we can't help you. I'm like, well, can you do the 90% of the rest of this stuff? Apparently not. So applying for the cops would be like a part-time job when, okay, is everything fucking done? Are we playing poker now? We're done with the fucking circus? We're done with the fucking idiots in the house? Okay. Can I go and do I have some free time now? That would be later. The irony to apply to become a cop would be a luxury. Francis Macapagel, 125 Philippine pesos. Thank you very much. Hey, Clary, what's your nickname? Why is your nickname Cappy? Comically fascinating. It's because I ran a blog called Captain Capitalism, and then one of the regular commenters just started calling me Cappy Cap. It just was Cappy. That's it. That was all. It's a catchy. I like. It's not like douche nozzle. I'm glad it's not shit fucker. Oh, what does he do? Oh, he fucks piles of shit. How'd you come up with that name? Well, I was bored one day. There's a cow pasture nearby. There's a pile of shit. It looked warm. It was pretty bad. Dre, $2. But Cappy, Lord said, spread thy cheeks to enemies. No, no, these Christians are no, just go on the warp, dude. And someone touches you, kill him. Like, I self-defense. Like, I am gonna. No, not. Arthur. 2 British pounds. Story of the intro. I hope he dies. Oh, that's just the great one. He watches over my house while I'm gone, and I like it when he slams on me. I like your true friends are the ones that call you a dickhead and hope you die of syphilis and question your sexuality. Those are your real friends. That's why we don't have real friends, because none of their female. They all lie about how great they are to each other, and meanwhile they would, look, just so you know, knife sales go up when girls get friends because they got to stab each other in the back all the time. It's that's guys. Wisdom Vision Productions, $2. With me, without me, with me. No, it's should all watch Night and Day. That's like the last alpha movie to come out, where there's the guy hero and the girl hero or heroine, but not really here, but she's the damsel in distress. Oh, really? The internet again. Fucking Christ. Hang on, we'll wait. Let me pull up the. Is it Pedro for president? Hang on, the internet shit. Let me look something up while we deal with this crap. Oh. Let me I gotta find everything is a fact. Walmart affiliate program, Christian career, approaching from another angle. Gonna delete that. All right, we're back. Maybe it was my other email. Let me take a look at that. Is that the other email? I got a receipt. Got another receipt. Beep-a-doop-a-doo. I don't need to fly out of there. Payment made. What an exciting world. Doesn't end. I had an article here. Hang on. Here it is. Bear with me. So, all right, are you going as Pedro for president? From Napoleon Dynamite. That's all right. Loophole got him free. New York. Let me do that. I'll pull that up. Loophole got him free. New York. Shouldn't have you pulled this up beforehand? Yeah, I should have. I didn't. All right. Your average black dude, 28 generous Canadian dollars. Thank you. Whole math is in a Yoko Ono situation. He's nearly 40 and made the decision to move a girl in her early 20s into his place. She doesn't work. He supports her solely off of his YouTube income, and she made them get promise rings like they're 14. Are you serious? Like, I love Whole Math. I like the work he does. I've even emailed him like, hey, I'd like to advertise on your channel. Sure, let me get back to you. Crickets, because, well, frankly, he's making so much money on his YouTube channel. Do we know all this? Do we know all this? And here's another well, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Did she make him get promise rings? How do we know this? Because I have a hard time. He has a background. He has a history. He's not a rookie. He's a veteran. He had his dating days. He worked out, so it wasn't like he's not. Yeah, you're right. He's nearly 40. He's not a wet behind the ears kid. So is all this other bullshit true? Not that I'm questioning your veracity. I just really want to know. I did know that she was in the video I recently saw. There's a chance that she could be traditional. He's like, no, you're staying home and raising the fucking kids. I don't know, the promise ring thing, that doesn't. 28 again, generous man. Your average black dude, you don't have to like spend so much money unless you got it. Now they decided to start a dual channel. By the way, it's only been 3 months since they met from his coaching session where she caught feels and said, "Can you marry me?" Baffles me how even the high IQ could get blindsided by the pussy. Yeah. Let's just take this at face value. That's not good. Because the only thing left is it's like the stories of the people they met and they were married in 2 months and they lived and they were happy marriage for 73 years until Herman finally died. Like that's the only two places this is going. I'd like to optimistically hope it's like we met online, we fell in love, we were married 3 weeks later, and they died at the age of 95 and 83 because he died and she couldn't go on without him because she loved him so much, and she died 2 days later. Like that's the best outcome, but unless, yeah, it's not going to be good. It's if I had it, he's not dumb. He's not dumb. I'd give it a 20% chance that it's going to turn out to be like they just love each other so much. But that gay shit with the promise rings, again, if it's all true, God almighty. Well, thank you for the generous donation, sir. And that is a nice Pedro for president look. I like that very much. Adam Schmidt, who I think you've earned yourself back now. I think you've earned yourself back. $5. Drake, girls who really have those hand mark tattoos are great for you know what. They are marks of the statistical chances of a higher thing happening. Yes. Not saying it's going to happen with her, fake Michaela. But she's got that face. It's just like, ooh, yes, she needs to be punished in a good way. If you could imagine that at one time, women like to be spanked every once in a while. Nonstop, Dre. $2. Your Wikipedia says you love Big Mike. Is it true? I don't have a Wikipedia, do I? Cripes. Fucking you, probably. Wikipedia. Aaron Claire. God, Dre, you're the one that... No, I don't have a Wikipedia. Yeah, there's no Wikipedia. There's a Wikitubia, and there's an incel wiki. Aaron Clary is a vlogger, author, and writer. He's closely associated with the Manosphere. He is not an incel. Okay, well, at least they got that right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't have a Wikipedia entry. Don't start one either. I don't need one, okay? Because I know it'll all be like beating dogs, homoerotic relationship with Michelle Obama. I know, and I'll know who it is, Dre. I'll know who it is. Francis Macapagal, again, for 125 Filipino pesos. How do you tolerate the intuitive sense of crippling isolation in high school? I also feel like it hampers my intellectual growth. I wasn't isolated in high school. Like I was a nerd, and I wasn't popular, but I did have my nerd friends. I had some other friends who were normal too. This is 30 years ago. Things were different, and it wasn't the Philippines. I don't know what it's like culturally in the Philippines. God, that's not only is that an away game, it's with a whole new set of foreign rules. I would, if you're worried about being isolated, you got to ask yourself, why do you care about what other people think? I know from a general instinctual perspective, you'll want to for survival purposes, but at least when I went to school, or American schools in general, whether 30 years ago or today, the kids are shit. They're fucking worthless pieces of shit. These are not grown adults who necessarily you even want to be friends with. So I would get it in your head, like, why would you, are the people in school, or are there people in school that are worth being friends with? If they aren't, which I can't imagine because the Philippines is not some spoiled rich place. I got to imagine there's some normal, hardworking kids there. But if there aren't, okay, there's nothing wrong with being alone. But I think I'm going to guess there are good students, good people there who'd make good friends. And if you don't want to be alone, which is normal, go be social. Go participate in a high school sport. You don't have to be good at it, but join a club. I don't know, you got math club or game clubs or something, whatever. Just go. You don't have to be a social recluse. I was never a recluse. I was social with people. If you don't want to be alone, don't be alone. If this was the United States, it's like, yeah, for the most part, the kids are shit. But you're in the Philippines, so I can't imagine they're all a bunch of rich trust funder babies who have no bearing in the real world. I gotta imagine there's some normal kids there. All right. This is from, let's just go to the AP News, about a month old. A loophole got him a free New York hotel stay for 5 years. Then he claimed to own the building. You New Yorkers are so fucking stupid. There's a lady who got thrown in jail because she tried to evict some squatters from her house. For 5 years, a New York City man managed to live rent-free in a landmark Manhattan hotel by exploiting an obscure local housing law. But prosecutors this week said Mickey Barreto went too far when he filed paperwork claiming ownership of the entire New Yorker hotel building and tried to charge another tenant rent. We hate capitalism, the property owners. Well, I'll have another system, man, and see how it goes. On Wednesday, he was arrested and charged with filing false property records, but Barreto, 48, said he was surprised when police showed up at his boyfriend's apartment. You can't make this up. With guns and bulletproof shields. As far as he's concerned, pop up. As far as he's concerned, it should be a civil case, not a criminal one. I said, I thought you were doing something for Valentine's Day to spice up the relationship. I saw the female officers, Barreto recalled telling his boyfriend. Barreto's indictment on fraud and criminal contempt charges is just the latest chapter in the years-long saga that began when he and his boyfriend paid about $200 to rent one of the more than 1,000 rooms at the towering Art Deco structure built in 1930. Barreto said he had just moved to New York from Los Angeles. Do I have to look these people up? And it's not because they're gay. Am I going to see the soy boy face? He's 48. He's about my age. Am I going to see like some crazy zany shit? Tells me that you just want to shirk on rent. Barreto says he had just moved from New York to from Los Angeles when his boyfriend told him about a loophole that allows occupant of single rooms in buildings constructed before 1969 to demand a 6-month lease. Barreto claimed that because he paid for a night in the hotel, he counted as a tenant. He asked for a lease and the hotel promptly kicked him out. So I went to court the next day and the judge denied. I appealed to the state Supreme Court and won the appeal. Whatever the state Supreme Court. Holy shit. Barreto said, adding, are they Democrats? I want to know. Barreto said, adding that a crucial point in the case, lawyers for the building owners didn't show up. Allowing him to win by default. The judge ordered the hotel to give Barreto a key. He said he lived there until July 2023 without paying any rent because the building owners never wanted to negotiate a lease with him, but they couldn't kick him out. Manhattan prosecutors acknowledged that the housing court gave Barreto possession of his room, but they say he didn't stop there. In 2019, he uploaded a fake deed to a city website purporting to transfer ownership of the entire building to himself from the Holy Spirit Association for the Unification of World Christianity, which he bought the property in 1976, or which brought the property in 1976. The church was founded by South Korea by self-proclaimed Messiah, the late Reverend Sun Young Moon. Barreto then tried to charge various entities as the owner of the building, including demanding rent from one of the hotel's tenants, registering the hotel under his name with the New York City Department of Environmental Protection for water and sewage payments, and demanding the hotel's bank transfer its accounts to him, the prosecutors said in the statement. As alleged, Mickey Barreto repeatedly and fraudulently claimed ownership of one of the city's most iconic landmarks, the New Yorker Hotel, said Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg. Well, shouldn't you want homeless people? Isn't it more important to give him the thing? has never been among the city's more glamorous hotels, but has long been among its largest. Its huge red New Yorker sign makes it an off-photograph landmark. Nikolai Tesla lived there for a decade. Muhammad Ali stayed there. It was closed in 1972, used as a church before reopening as a hotel in 1990 thing. Blah, blah, blah. Mickey Barretto, what does he look like? I want to see. Hey, see what's funny? It sounds like he's from New York, but he's from L.A. Like he should be a mafia guy from New York. Yeah, here he is. Okay, he looks normal. Yeah, you got greedy, Mickey. You got greedy. He's got a Twitter account. He's not. Yeah, I guess maybe not. There you go. A good-looking guy. Good-looking guy. He doesn't look anything like I thought he would. Why would you fuck that up? Why? You got free rent in New York, and you're gonna fuck with it? All right. Did I? No, fan mail. I think I deleted the fan mail. Here you go. I got it. Hang on. Just bear with me. I'm deleting a bunch of things because trying to clean out the email here. A lot of people signed up for some courses. Thank you. If you guys were interested, I have my courses linked below. Wow. Just a ton of spam mail. I got my receipt. I don't need my receipt. I don't need... Hey, did you know? No, Vanguard, I didn't know. Thank you. And now you're deleted, and I've gone to another... God almighty, don't go with Vanguard. Just don't go with Vanguard. Just... Hey, yeah, I'm done with this. I keep saying unsubscribe. You keep sending me your shit. Oh, well, too bad. Don't get my money anymore. Bye. Okay. Hey, did you know? No, I don't need to know. Just bear with me, guys. I could have swore I had like not necessarily fan mail, but hey. Transfer processing. Oh, nothing. Oh, now we're going. Okay. No, that's there. Anything? All right. Maybe it's in my other email. Congratulations on 10 years at Asshole Consulting. I've been watching your videos for the past few years. Read some of your books. I greatly appreciate your delivery style, informative topics. You've saved me time and stress I now will never need to worry about the future. As a small thank you, I would like to send you a gift for your 10th anniversary. I would like to ship this to you and was wondering what mailing address would work best. I don't take gifts. If you want, here's what you could do. You could donate money through whatever, PayPal or something like that, and tell me what you want me to buy with it. But otherwise, I don't like, oh yeah, mail me a bomb. A few related questions. Did I hear in a video you said you had a Nintendo Switch? I do. If so, is it the regular version that plugs into a TV? Yes. Or the handheld only light version? No, it's the old school version. The gift is obviously related to the above question. No, I appreciate it, but no, I'm not taking any. That wasn't it. Mark Vipros. Anti-dentism. Okay. All right, there we go. Wait a minute, Christoph. Captured in Moscow suburban mall. A bunch of CIA-supported ISIS terrorists were captured after killing 50-plus people in a Moscow suburban mall. Do we know it's CIA-supported ISIS terrorists? Ukraine government praising attack. The U.S. State Department shedding crack tears over news. How could you? Look, I know you're at war, but how could you? The Ukraine government is praising the attack. Really? Terrorism? Glad I don't have a dog in that fight. Okay, maybe I don't have any fan mail. Vin Tran, $10. I'm debating whether to root for the energy-rich, economically sane, don't tread on me town I live in, or if the plagues of America will affect this town and I should abscond to Singapore. Insights. I'll tell you about Singapore. You're just stuck on an island. Because if you leave Singapore, it's international travel. And it's kind of a pain in the ass. So be aware of that. I would definitely visit Singapore before you go there. So if you're more sedentary, like you're not a big travel guy, yeah, Singapore's a nice town. I mean, according to the internet, I never made foot there. I'm just saying it's like, yeah, it's high standards of living, clean, very expensive. Very expensive. But if you're like, oh, I think I'm going to go for a road trip. Yeah, no, you can't do Singapore. I want to go somewhere else. Like, no, it's a pain in the ass. I would maybe get some crypto, maybe not now. I'm just saying over time, buy some crypto. Kind of do what I'm doing. You know, like maybe buy some property overseas. Travel, figure out where you'd like to go. That's what I'd do. And that's that. All right. I did fan mail in the New York Freelancer. I'll do Real Femme Sapien later. She had a tweet that showed the median income of women in the United States was $25,000. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get rid of this horrible, unprofessional podcaster. I apologize. That the average woman in the United States makes $25,000. That's median. That also includes part-time workers, so it skews it down. Full-time women make $50,000, twice that. And she's like, "This is what you gave up raising children for, so you could work this shit job." And she's like, "Why do you raise your kids? Why don't you raise your kids?" That has to be another video. All right. Links to things below. My books, in case you want to read some books. Courses, including Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. That is open for enrollment for the next 9 days. And it'll be closed for enrollment. So if you have spending troubles, go please take that. There is a link to my Subscribe Stars. If you want to like join the super fancy hoity-toity elite club, you can join the Subscribe Star, Cappy Subscribe Star. That's $2 a month. I actually do not like renewal stuff. That's what they have. So that gets you access to the Road Trip Podcast archives. And then the fuck else? Oh, the Amazon affiliate link. If you want to go and do some Amazon shopping, please get into the good habit of doing all your shopping through Amazon, through my Amazon affiliate link. You're like, Cappy, I won't remember this obscure podcast episode you did. I'd say, okay, well then go to olderbrother.com/donate. Click on the Amazon banner. It's always there for you. The Amazon, your new home to do all your Amazon shopping is there. olderbrother.com/donate. You click on the Amazon banner and then you do the shopping and then you don't get charged extra and I get a commission and then I can, I don't know, buy a fucking tank of gas or something. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, Asshole Consulting. See you guys later. Toodles.